Oh.
So, so how? So let's see. Who has not done a recap? I think Matt hasn't.
You expect me to remember anything?
Yeah, you could just hit the big points. You just gotta say like we did this, 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 and then you're good.
Like honestly, we did like one thing.
Yeah, actually that's true. There wasn't that much that happened really. But
I remember
things.
we saved the girl. That's about it.
Yep,
Partially because the session was only like normal length instead of twice as long as we ever intended to be.
That's true.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. So the
Look, if we're not going for 12 hours, I don't know why we're even here.
yeah. So the so yeah, I mean you guys saved the girl, and that is really the big thing actually. I don't think there's too much. There were some other little details like you
and then we burned down their keep.
Yeah, well you lit it on
burned
fire
down
at
their
least.
keep.
You don't know if it burned down all the way, but
You burned down there.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
reason.
You're all
That's
guilty
actually
by
true.
association.
But
Not
not
how it
No,
works.
no.
I don't know.
We can absolve ourselves by killing you.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys. I don't really think that the hobgoblins are gonna take you guys to court. You know, so.
I mean, they did kidnap a girl.
You never know.
Yeah. Anyways, though, and so you had saved the girl and been
killed Uncle
gone
Tim.
to you gone to this little inn that's actually right there at the sort of where those two rivers meet, or the tributary feeds into the main river. There was a sort of a little tiny village there. Not even a village. It was really just like a stopping point with a tavern and a small inn and a few neighboring like farms and stuff. I mean, I guess I haven't really described it much, but all along the river, you know, there's farms spread out. It's just that near the centers of the communities and villages and towns, then of course it becomes much thicker. But still, there's a little community here, and you guys spent the night at this inn, or that's where we left off, sort of, is with you guys in the inn, in your rooms, going to bed, and Layna had made Jen a set of armor, right? What actually was it? It was studded leather?
It was studded leather, yeah.
Yeah, with like, and then you encrusted it with gems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she was refusing to wear it normally, and she was like, "Oh, now it's pretty."
Worth
You know?
it's worth about as much as my armor now. So
Yeah.
whatever you want to do with that information.
Thurman might be happy.
So,
I mean,
we
they're his gems.
let's
so.
see. I don't think there's anything
I know.
happened. So yeah, we'll go and say that as you guys are going to bed, though, before you guys are all asleep, maybe after Layna finishes that whole thing with the making the armor, then all of a sudden you hear a big old outside. You hear a big old whoosh, and then after like I'm assuming you guys all like jump up, right? And
I don't know how loud is this whoosh.
I don't know. And
thinking about-
also,
what
how
time
late
is it?
Yeah,
Oh, it's
how
it's
time is
like
it? 'Cause I might be shit faced at this.
We'll
current
actually
moment.
say it's like midnight.
Midnight. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm shit faced.
It
How loud is
sounds
this whoosh?
it's pretty loud. You hear like trees shaking outside, like rustling.
Is it a sobering whoosh?
Sure, I wake up.
Yeah. And then after a second, so wait, Ulf, are you out drinking in like the tavern area?
I imagine I'm at least having a few.
Okay. And so
We'll see if I wake up.
the what?
Whatever. We all wake up.
Yeah, sure.
To see if I wake up.
Just decide.
Do you,
You just decide if you would have woken up or not. Anyways, though, and
Whatever.
and the innkeep, tavern keep, is like very shocked with this. He's like, "Oh!" And there's a couple other people in here who are actually drinking late, and one or two, and they're all like looking at each other like scared. And Ulf, you're in there with them.
You said this came from outside?
Yeah.
I run outside.
I follow you.
As you
Spectre
run
behind
into the tavern
What's
area,
that?
then there's a knocking on the door. Boop, boop, boop. Heavy knocking.
Okay. Who's there?
Well, what? They're knocking on the inn door, or are they knocking?
Yeah,
on
they're
Nox's door?
no, they're knocking on the indoor, like from the outside. And
Who's
Noxus
there?
It's a
ran out.
bar.
It's Sruffum of the Moor.
Of the
And
what?
this is a bar.
The the giant, not dragon, the giant.
Guys, it's the
Ow.
giant. I go
Oh.
outside.
You can't
Yeah.
really come in, can you?
and yeah,
Not
so
a gym.
So Nox walks outside, and yeah, it's the giant dude. He's there. He actually, the big swoosh was the griffin's wings going boom, as they got close to the ground, and the freaking trees got swayed at their base. And he was like leaning over, like with his eye to the door. The giant was, but he stands up and or maybe even sits down actually, so he can talk to you guys easier. But he's like, oh, I wasn't expecting to see you here. I was just gonna ask to see if you had been spotted to the innkeep, but it seems I have found you.
Found me.
Yes, Vin said the night of the wizard. He was a nice fellow.
Oh yes.
He told me to come
Good
this
old
way.
Vincenzo.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
one's a drink? Oh, that's not
Hopefully
even
he's
his
looking
voice.
a little less dead than he did when we left.
Well, when
Yeah, well, he
You
looks
see-
much better now. The giant.
no Vince probably.
Oh yeah, Vince. I think the giant. Yeah, no, giant also looks better than when he was injured last time. So. Alright.
Dude, what hit dice does a giant use?
A lot.
A lot.
I'm guessing like 48 D12.
I think
No,
all
it's just
monsters are
one
D8s,
D100.
but-
I don't know.
Yeah, so like when we called you, we thought we were in a lot more trouble than we ended up being in.
Oh.
So sorry.
It is no trouble. I would not want any harm to come to you, and having caution is better than nothing.
All right.
Do you? Now that I'm here, I am more than willing to help out in any way I can.
I present him with the little girl.
And he's like, she actually is kind of scared. Oh, whoops! Hold on, I messed up the stream view.
Say,
Give me a sec.
bring this thing back to Snowfeld.
This thing.
This thing.
He's like, and she like is like trying to hide behind you.
So like none of you know what I just said. So
I mean, yes.
So he like looks at the girl and she's trying to hide behind Layna. She's like, oh, what? Do you know this thing?
Yeah,
yes,
actually,
he's a
we
friend.
saved his life.
Yeah, and
Call him,
Strepham
BFG.
and Strepham is like, you wish me to take a little human girl back to
What language
Snowfeld?
does he say this in?
In common.
Is that what you asked him?
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I guess he could do that, but
I mean, would it not be the safest, fastest way?
I guess you're right.
I mean, that depends. Last time we found the griffin, it was under a tree.
And the giant like leads in close to Ulf, and his big face is looking at you. He's like, do you doubt my military might?
I
was
think he
actually
does.
thinking-
Maybe you two should have what was that thing you guys did? Noel?
I don't know what you're talking. You weren't even there.
Now, as much as I would love to see Ulf and the giant strip down and fight dagger to dagger, I was actually thinking we could use his military might against the monastery.
I like that idea better.
I believe you had spoken
I'm
of
sure.
this monastery
I'm sure
before.
I'm sure he'll be back by the time we wake up.
Also, I'm
I
scratching the.
can be back
Griffin's
quickly.
neck.
Yes, if you wish me to take this girl back to Snowfeld.
But where are we supposed to send her? Back to Vince?
And actually, the giant will think of that and be like, actually, as a matter of fact, Vince did say that he was not sure how safe he was there now.
Well, clearly. The whole tower got robbed.
We could send the giant to Vince and then have Vince take the girl to her father.
Is that really any better, though?
I mean,
It's
it's
she
not
wouldn't
really
be with
better
us.
if she stays with us. We're definitely going to be in danger.
And the giant, he'll butt in
Yes.
here and be like, where's the wizard? Where is Thurival?
I think he's with the Duke. in Fellington.
I could take her there, although I don't know how accepting the people will be of me there.
You might be shot out of the sky.
Innkeep,
Yeah.
would you mind
Just saying.
babysitting a girl from Snowfeld for a little while?
You ask the innkeep if he wants to like take care of her.
Yeah.
He the innkeep will be like, I mean, I'm not really I'm not really a good parent.
Or
Oh god, my Discord is
It's
just
very
down.
dying or
The server is dying.
Yeah.
server is down.
Oh, okay, hold on, give me a second. Server's dying. Let's see.
I'm glad that wasn't just me.
Okay, yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh god.
Alright, are you back?
Hello.
Alright, we're good.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was my internet. I was freaking. I was like, oh no.
no, it was everyone.
Okay, that's good.
It's the server.
Yeah. Alright, well, so anyways, though,
The
the
connection showed good.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it
same.
was, yeah. Alright. So the innkeep is like, well, you see, I had a kid, but I wasn't the best parent. I don't know how I'd do with a little girl.
I mean, you don't need to parent her. You just need to watch her.
How long though?
Guys, how long do you think it'll take for us to kill all those cultists?
1 day.
Once we get there, a couple hours maybe.
All right, so a day and a couple hours, according to my friends.
Make it 3 days, just in case.
I suppose.
Alternatively, you could arrange for her to go on to the next cart that's heading to Snowfeld.
Oh, it would be like an adventure.
And she's like, oh, an adventure.
We're waiting on that.
Say, Innkeep, how much would a night's stay and 3 meals cost here normally?
I mean, ours was like 2 silver, so.
Yeah, he'll be like, well, I'll tell you what. If you want me to take care of her for 3 days, I can do that for 2 gold.
I placed 3 on the counter.
All right. And he takes them. He's like, fair enough. I'll watch her as she's old enough to know not to get into too much trouble. I hope. But do you really
Maybe
think?
she'll be useful.
Sure. I suppose I could teach her a trick or two. I don't know.
Yeah, how to flip the glasses or something before you pour the brew.
Sure. Well, but I mean, are you sure she's going to be safe here?
She clearly wasn't safe in a wizard's tower.
So I doubt.
So probably
she's safe,
not.
You know, like anywhere.
Well, I'm
Safer
thinking it
than
doesn't
with us.
really matter.
I gotcha. So you're just trying to hide her then? Very well.
Does seem like the best
Yes.
chance.
Very well.
If it,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I already took your money. Suppose I can't back down now.
if it weren't on the other side of the country, I'd send her to the capital. But
I mean, we do have a giant griffin and a giant.
you do realize how large this country is.
I think.
No.
The giant's like, that would be
getting her-
several days, even by Griffin. Maybe a
Not
week.
to mention, giants don't tend to have the most friendly relations with large towns.
And he
let alone the
nods.
capital.
I think getting her back to her father would probably be the best option, but until then.
And,
Well,
and
it'll
Jen,
certainly be the best option once we kill the cultists that are trying to kidnap her.
And Jen is like, I'm okay to stay out here a couple of days. You know, having this armor makes me feel a lot more confident.
Clearly, these cultists are not the only ones after magical little girls.
Possibly, but we can deal with that as it comes up.
Hey, I mean,
Well,
this is-
Mr. Giant, I appreciate you dropping by, but we humans kind of need to sleep.
so what would you have me do then?
You could find
Wait the
our
moment.
friend Reinbout and inform him what we are going to do to him.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy who's been like waiting for
Yeah, that
an
guy.
answer from you guys.
It hasn't been that long.
Yeah, he's actually not that far for you guys.
He doesn't even know where we are right now.
The giant will be like, I'm sure I could find him if you could give me a general direction, but And what would you have me tell him? That you all wish to fight these cultists now?
Yes.
I think that's the gist of it.
Yeah, they seem to not be willing to leave us alone, and we have other issues cropping up as well.
Very well, I can tell them this, and then do you wish me to travel with them and meet you all somewhere up in the mountains, wherever these cultists are? I do not.
I have a map. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I pull out my map and I show him where the monastery is.
Yeah, and he's like,
Traveling with them would assure their safety.
yeah, and he studies it. He's like, He's like, yes, I think I know that area. I've flown over it at least. I can find my way there, and with the group, I can hopefully lead them there even quicker.
That sounds great.
Should
And
we
he
bring the
nods.
kobolds with as well?
What do you say, Kobold?
Do you want me to send word to my kobold kin somehow? Tell them to come?
Do you
Anna,
have
what
a
was
way
that?
to...
Magic thing you did to get the giant's attention.
Who?
You.
I didn't use that on the giant. We used
Oh,
it on
yeah.
the wizard. We have the sending stone, specifically for the giant.
To get the wizard's attention.
Oh, that. I guess I could contact the old kobold and offer them work.
And Grizzle's like, oh, yeah, do that. Freaking out for the money, they're probably happy to do it.
Money is one thing we have.
How much would they want if we let them loot the corpses?
Well, you see, normally our master, the Drake, he would only let us take what we got off corpses. Other than that, everything else had to go to him. So, anything beyond that, they'll really love you guys.
Alright.
So
As
only
long as
have
we
to
get
let
any
them take
magical
themselves to
items.
corpses.
Okay. They don't know the difference between magic and non-magic,
Alright.
really. As long as it looks shiny.
Alright, then. Do I even have a spell slot right now? Because this is still the middle of the night, correct?
Yes.
It's like midnight.
Yep.
A midnight meeting.
Just Anna's
Yeah.
like, I'll do it in the morning.
I do have a spell slot, so...
Nice.
Let's see. Do I actually have to, like, try and write up what I'm gonna say here? Anyway, I will contact the kobold. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Alright. Well, it sounds like we've got a plan.
Right.
Good night.
The giant will just nod, you know, he'll be like, yes, I'll do exactly what you have told me, and, meet you. I suppose I'll fly around and try to see if I can spot you or in the area of the cultists.
Well, we sure appreciate it.
Very well, it should be, a couple days then, probably, till Rhinebout and his men make it. I can make it quicker, of course, but
That's fine.
they are but men.
I mean, it'll take us some time to get there too, so that's fine.
Very well. Do you wish me to go now, then?
I mean, if you want to sleep, I suppose you could, but that's,
I will sleep later. There's time for rest later.
Alright.
And he's like, and he like starts to mount on the griffin and nods to you all and is like, well, may you have fortune as you travel to our enemy's lair.
You too.
And he takes off with the griffin and they fly away. Alright, so what do you guys
Alright,
Before,
I'm going back to bed.
before
I am
we
also going
actually
back
all
to bed.
Go back to bed.
Uh-huh.
I ask anybody else who's blind in the dark,
What?
What?
like in the darkness, like can you not see?
What about it?
Like I'm asking who that is. In our
Oh.
group.
I think that's
hello.
Anna. Is Anna
What you
blind in
want?
the third?
I think Nox also
yeah.
does.
Anna, Nox, Layna, and that's it.
Those
Yeah.
are-
Well, I'm gonna ask you guys. You guys want a flame? Doesn't burn. Never goes out. Some say it's continual.
And it just like half pulls her rapier and it starts glowing. I'm good.
Nox?
Well, I suppose you could raise the shield in flame. And if I'm going to be bandying it about anyway, might as well make it look good.
I will warn you. It does cost 50 gold. So like, I probably don't want to put it out.
Also, there. That's like the best I can come up with as far as.
Oh
sending
yeah, let's
message.
look at that. Hold on.
It's kind of a complicated request.
Not exactly saying I'm charging you, just
Okay.
you know.
And oh yeah, and Gristles would have told you they know where like the
Maybe
monastery
you could
thing
put
is.
it
They
on
come
something
out,
more
so yeah, no problem.
concealable.
Yeah,
Tell you
sounds
what.
good.
If we can find me a crown, we can do that. I will pay you to wear a flaming crown.
Are you
if we
trying to
find-
become the new monarch over here?
No, of course
So,
not.
so you want
So-
a flaming crown?
You want a flaming crown and to be brandishing a magical shield that holds deep political.
Look, if everyone knows I have it already anyway, what's the point in hiding it?
Okay.
Every time we
So-
go to, oh, you're those adventurers who have the shield. Us? No. What shield?
This shield. And pull out my
I'm going
shield.
to- I'm going to make a crown that is going to
Oh,
be
you're
on
gonna
fire.
make a crown. Don't you have to wait for the next long rest?
I mean, like, it doesn't have to look good. It just has to be a circle of metal.
You could also just like do it at first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I mean like to do it quickly.
I guess to do it quickly, yeah. But I don't
Anyway.
want to use my spell in the morning. It's like why I want to do it now.
We can focus on that some other time.
Either way, I'm gonna cast it on my necklace with my Forge God person thing
Nice.
sign on it.
Doesn't that have a cost to it?
I think that's like 25
It
words.
does. That's what he was saying.
That's the response
That's
you get
in-
from the
yeah.
elder Kobold, by the way. Anyways, continue.
Can you read it?
No, it's a mental message.
He gets it in his head.
Yeah,
She
so
gets
it.
because they can respond with the message thing, right? So yeah.
Yep, 25 to and 25 back.
Yeah.
We'll come back to this, Layna. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, I'm going back to
Yeah.
drinking.
I light my my thing on fire and go back to sleep.
Alright. So is it? Wolf, how long are you drinking for?
I mean,
It's already midnight. Like, come on.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm not drinking much longer.
Alright.
Probably, honestly, after this situation, it's probably like, oh yeah, maybe just 2 or 3 more, and then I'm going to bed.
Alright, sounds good.
Why do I have a blank spell?
You might have hit the add button and never filled it in.
Give me a second here.
Yeah. Possibly.
Alright, sounds good. So you guys,
I'll only hope.
uh,
Didn't have anything filled in either. So.
Yeah, no, you guys go to bed, and you guys are all fine throughout the night. So, next morning, after you guys eat and everything, what is your plan here? So, actually, just to remind you, you're on the map. You're all right about there.
Yeah.
Don't.
I accidentally clicked one of my bookmarks instead of clicking my character sheet to minimize it.
Right.
They're like 3 pixels away from each other.
It seems like an oversight.
I suppose we should be off to the monastery.
Yes, I suppose we should.
Wait, are we awake now?
Yes.
Yeah.
it's the morning.
Okay.
Well, I don't
Didn't
know if
hear
you're
that.
awake.
I assume he's awake.
Yeah, you're awake.
Are you woke?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Alright,
So
now
they should,
we
like, max
start a
out.
course.
All right, so I eat a meal to sober up a little more.
Okay. And are you so you guys just gonna travel on the road till you get to like that little village out there at the end of the road there?
No, like,
They obviously will see us coming no matter what we do.
Alright.
We're just that
Probably.
well known.
Are you guys
The
gonna
very
go
trees
through...
speak of us now.
Are you gonna go through Instrid at all?
Oh.
Look, if that fuckboy wants to step to us,
I say yes.
Hey?
it's
Yeah,
the fastest
sure.
way.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, if it's
yeah.
the fastest way, I see no
Yeah, we're
reason
not-
not to go there.
I guess we aren't escorting any people this time. Were we escorting people last time we were through that town? I could sworn we were.
No,
Maybe
we
not.
No, you guys
just
are
come out of
yourselves.
the wilderness last
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Either
actually,
way, it won't matter.
actually, so it'll take like half a day
Yeah,
to
we came
get
from the
there.
green one last time.
To Instrid, you'll get there maybe a little past noon. But if you guys do want to, Instrid is big enough that it has like supplies you can buy if you think you need anything. It's not gonna have a ton. It's really just a glorified village, but it has a keep, and so it has enough to. It has a smith and stuff like that, you know.
Any magic item stores?
No, there's definitely not a magic item store
100%
here.
not.
Yeah.
No,
Snowfeld doesn't have a magic items
Yeah.
store.
plenty of
Yeah.
food.
You
So
never
we're-
know.
There's
We're
definitely
in
food
Instrid
there
right
if you
now?
want food.
No, I have plenty of food.
Yeah.
Because we eat inns all the time.
We're,
Yeah,
we're
we
in
do.
Instrid now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there's-
yeah. I was skipping ahead till Instrid. Yeah.
No, am I dying?
You are
Or is
definitely
it-
skipping.
that's-
That is poetry.
You are
No,
skipping.
poetry.
Oh, that's not
Okay.
good. Am I good now?
for now.
Yes, I
Nice.
guess.
Yeah.
So
So,
on the smith's door, is there a symbol in the top corner?
No, there's no symbol here.
Excuse me?
There's no symbol on this one.
I'm going to ask if I can use his forge.
I think I have a. Hold on, I have a. Pretty sure I have a name for the forge here. But in any case, the dude is like, he's like, well, why would I let you use my forge?
Why would you not?
Because to be honest, I don't know you. I've never seen you here before, and I take great pride in my work, and I would not have another come into my area, my work area, so easily.
There's
I-
nothing I could do to persuade you.
I mean, I suppose if you paid me for the use of my facilities.
I mean,
You see, I have work to do. I have orders to fill, and if you're in the way and you're using the forge, because out of character real quick, it is like not a big forge. It's like there's a what's it called, the smelter or whatever, or the thing or whatever, the part that actually melts stuff, but it's not a particularly big one. There's only like one main anvil, maybe a couple other smaller hammering out areas, but it's like, yeah, you see, if there's not really even room for more than one person in here, I would really detract from my work and the quality of my work.
You seem like one of those Fellington fellow types.
I have never associated myself with them. No, they
Just gonna walk away after
I'm-
I say that.
and he's like Alright. Hold on one second. So you guys, so as you guys, so that was like, so Layna does that, but I will note that as you guys are walking into town, you see that maybe one or two of the guards actually like seem to like look your way and stuff, but
I
it's
look back at them.
okay, and they just kind of like shuffle on their way after that.
I wave with my ring hand.
As if
And-
they would know what that means.
Oh
I
wait,
don't know.
no, that's
I
right.
can't
it's
remember.
not-
Do we ever get a description of the ring?
As if anyone in that town even that he's from would know what that means.
Yeah, I was just
Unless
gonna
it's a
say,
literally-
wait, isn't
if it's
it?
a signet
He knows what it
ring,
means.
maybe the
If it's like the biggest
noble
fucking
would.
signet ever.
No, yeah, no. It's, I mean, it's I would say that it's I was thinking it's a ring that maybe has like a big like emerald in it or something like that, you know.
Yeah,
but,
but
So
how
you
big are we
just look like
talking
you're
about?
showing up. Dude, we need to pause this ring.
showed off your bling, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes,
anyways,
how large is it? Can you visibly notice that it's a huge emerald from
I mean it's like
like
huge. It's just
10 feet
big,
away.
That's good.
Huge.
like the size of his hand?
No, it's not the size of his hand. No.
How many carats is my emerald?
I don't know. I'm not
420.
I'm not a
420.
a gem worker,
420
I don't know.
carats?
Not a jeweler.
Jesus, yeah, we're selling this thing right
Yeah,
now.
I mean,
Alright,
a
here's what the ring
420
looks
carat
like.
emerald? Oh my god. That's so stupid.
Alright. Well, so anyways, though, so do you guys have any other errands to run, or are you just gonna go through the town? 'Cause
Why
that's
would
totally
he
fine.
wear that?
It's a ring of illusion, yo.
No, I don't have any other errands to run.
The emerald
What?
is an illusion.
Alright, sounds good. So so we'll say that you
that would be
guys.
the greatest ring. It can only have an illusion of a big ass
Let's see.
gemstone
Oh,
on top of it.
Oh, actually, I do have a question for you guys.
Mm.
I do have a question. Who has the skull fragments? It's Anna, and who is the other one?
Me.
No.
Oh, it's not.
Around her neck.
All right, cool. And then the
Yeah.
Might Stone is with Ulf still. Okay, got it. I'm just remembering. All right.
As
cool,
far
yeah.
as I know, actually just showing most
It
of the
is hanging around my neck.
Alright, so I just posted a pic of what Ulf's ring actually looks like
Oh,
when
no.
being inspected by a jeweler.
Nice. Nice.
Is that a 24 karat emerald?
No, it's not.
That's pretty great.
That's not. It's not that big. It's not even as big as the top one. No. It's just a good size emerald. Anyways, so
I would
so-
consider that
Like, it's a
most
good
recent
size.
picture a good size.
Well, yeah, it's good and much more. But
I
anyway.
do have 18. Can I not have that on my hands?
I don't
No.
think the
You
silver or gold that
Would
the-
support it.
I don't think
is
a
strong
giant
enough.
could wear that as a ring.
Yeah. All right.
Yes,
so...
but magic.
no,
Yeah,
no,
okay.
that's not how this is gonna work. All right. Also,
So everything.
Um, so yeah. So you guys continue on. Do you I'm assuming you find a place like maybe on the river, like under a tree, and eat lunch, and then continue on your way.
I mean,
Um,
it's just like nuts and dried fruit. Why would we
Yeah.
stop?
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm riding my horse.
And so you
Same.
Stop, won't
guys,
stop.
you guys would know that it's if you like travel a little more than you normally would, you can probably make it to that other little village upstream, which you guys would know the name by now. I'll give you the name. The name is
That's
Icum.
where we like toasted the shield.
No, that was the south of it. The one to the
Yeah,
south,
that
which
was
is
the south one.
Linsmond. This one is Icum. I can put that.
Icum
Icum.
I come.
in the
I
gym.
come in the gym.
Yeah, Icum. So anyways though, so you guys know that that's gonna, if you want to travel to there, it's probably gonna take until a little past dark. You could still get there and have a full rest, but it will be a while, a little bit past dark. So you have a long day of travel. But if you guys are fine with that, then that's fine.
It's just as dangerous to travel at dark for a couple hours as it. Well, actually, it's completely safe to camp like anywhere.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not worried.
All right. Alright,
So
sounds
do
good.
we
So are we
stop.
camping
Dude,
before the
just wanna
town?
stop
then?
at dark.
Well, so before
Well,
that happens,
might as well.
though,
Yeah.
before that happens, something is going to happen. So, as you guys are walking along the road, probably actually about the midway point, so it's a little later in the afternoon now, but between Instrid and this town, Icum, you guys are traveling, and you're going through a little area of this. At this point, the farms definitely start to thin out, and it becomes more like ranching territory, especially as you get up higher up into the mountains and the hills here. There's a lot less like full-on farms, even on the side of the river, near the river. But as you're going along, in one particular section where the woods are pretty thick, and there's not actually are hardly any farms or any other signs of civilization around besides the road. Then you guys come around a corner, and you see up ahead, off the side of the road, in like a little clearing where it
He's
looks.
dying.
Oh,
Up
I'm dying again.
Head.
The heck?
We see a
Oh, hold on, give me a second.
sweat.
What?
What?
Hold on.
What is a schwat?
You know what? I think I
What?
actually didn't do something. I normally do that. It helps. Hold on, give me a sec.
What have we seen?
Also, where did this corner came out of nowhere? We're like in the middle of ranching territory.
We're walking along a road. We
Guys.
walk around a corner.
This is just linked in another Discord I'm in. Look at this.
Oh, it's so bad.
I don't get it.
what do
It's so
you guys
bad.
It looks so bad.
Is
I
that
mean, it's
actually
so
like
bad.
official?
I think so.
Dude, it's just a style.
No, no.
it's not even their style though. That's
No,
gotta be
like-
fake.
That has to be faked, right?
It's not.
that's
It doesn't have the
fake.
right eyes.
What in the world? Alright.
That's fake.
I don't know.
Okay, so we
It's-
walked
it's
around
so
a
bad.
corner.
yeah, we walk
Avatar
around
666.
A mysterious corner.
Yeah, no. So you walk around a corner. It's a little bit of a thicker
What?
grove of trees, I guess here. And there's a little clearing off to the side where people would like stop to water their horses, feed their horses, and stuff. A sort of traveling stop point.
My horse doesn't have to eat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Neither
But
does
At least I
Lion.
assume it doesn't.
but in this clearing, there is a large tent set up. Not like a traveling tent like you would normally expect to see, not like a tent, a camping tent, but like a, I'll describe it to you guys out of character. Maybe your characters would have seen some of this. Probably they would, actually. You guys are all pretty well traveled. But like almost like a circus tent, sort of. It's colorful. It's not like rainbow color or anything ridiculous, but it's like a deep blue with like golden like lining on down the seams, It is a very big tent too. It's a pretty big, maybe like, I don't know, 30 feet across on each side. It's like a big old freaking tent here.
What the fuck?
And there is a sign in front of it, like a wooden post sign that you guys can't see until you get closer.
Okay.
So
I
do you
guess
guys-
we get closer?
Yeah, it's
I
right.
like-
I say nope and start walking the other direction.
You're gonna walk back towards Instrid? It's like you gotta walk
no,
past it.
like
Oh yeah, walking past it.
I'm not walking past it though.
So
this is fine.
Well, you either walk past it or you go back
Or
to
off-road.
Snowfeld.
Yes. Off-road sounds fine.
okay, you go off road around it. The rest of the group, as you guys get closer, a little closer to it, you see that you can read the sign now. It's close enough. This like wooden post sign. It says so. Nox, what you see on the sign? It says, hold on. It says, "Welcome, Nox. Come in." However, Anna, for you, it says, "Welcome, Anna. Come in." However, for Ulf, it says, "Welcome, Ulf. Come in." You get the idea.
Nope.
So on,
Nope.
so on. You get it. It says,
Alright, which language is this in for me? Because I know 3.
it's in whatever
know.
you're most fluent in. So probably common.
Probably common, yeah.
Yeah. It's in common. I think for all of you except Ulf, it'd be in Orcish actually.
This is why I noped.
Are
Anna.
you?
Anna, what does that sign say?
It's welcoming me.
Ah, it's welcoming me.
Some sort of magic, I'd assume.
What
You
language is the
just-
sign
you
in
just
for
hear me
you?
in the distance saying
Common.
nope.
Ulf?
Oh no,
Orcish.
I guess it would be fucking
Are we gonna use those languages?
dude.
Oh yeah, don't. No, we're not gonna worry about that right now. Don't worry about it.
Fucking, I don't know.
No, eventually we
Yeah.
might do that, but for now, common. Yeah.
Yeah, common.
Don't worry about it.
And Ulf
Common.
said Orcish.
Common in the gym.
Well, it seems like whoever runs this tent is a magician of some sort.
If this was near a large town, this would be kind of cool. The fact that
Yeah.
it's in the middle of nowhere where there would be no possible customers,
I agree.
I'm creeped out.
Perhaps we should just move on then.
Probably.
We do have. Well, how long ago did we promise we would save those people? Ooh.
It's been a few weeks.
Thankfully, I don't think I promised anything.
Well,
I did.
I guess
I can
specifically
guarantee I
only
didn't
one of us
promise
promised anything.
Like, I feel bad for them and all, but we've been having God knows what trying to kill us ever since we left there.
Hmm. Well,
Yes,
Perhaps
but
we can
it's
get your friend's body.
well played, circus man.
When we come back, perhaps.
I want to take a peek at the window, though.
You mean like through the flap?
There's windows in this tent?
No, there's no
I mean,
windows.
There was corner- hey, there were
I
corners
want
on
to-
the road.
There's a flap though.
I'm. There's a what?
Like there's tent
flap.
flaps, like a
Like a big tent
door.
flap.
Well,
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to take. I'm assuming I'm on my horse. I'm
Yeah.
going to take my horse. I'm going to like ride it right up to the flap. I'm going to open up the flap, peek in, and be like, if there's anybody in there, wave and be like, we'll be back later, maybe, and then leave.
Oh no.
Okay, so the rest of the group, do you guys just watch him while he does this, or?
Yeah.
I actively am leaving as he.
I'm going to be walking
I-
past the
I'm
I'm
tent.
sure I'm past the tent by this point. I'll
Yeah,
let you decide
that's fine. That's fair. So
what my roundabout way.
So Ulf, you do this. You walk up. Your horse trots up, and you open the flap real quick. And what you see inside, is actually, it's not really. There's not really too much going on inside the tent. There's like a nice rug set over the ground, and then maybe like a couple chests on the side. But the main thing is that you see, and so this is all in a split second that you see all this before you say what you're going to say, if you want to continue based on what I tell you. But you see the in the middle of the tent, a little to the back, is a very fine, elaborate, like mahogany-looking table, maybe some sort of really nice, finely crafted wooden table, and there's like a big chair behind it, a big luxurious chair. And there's a man that's actually like laid, like sort of leaning back in the chair with his feet up on the table. And this man is like in a very, very nice looking robe. And the man looks like he is about 30.
The man has no name.
He has, he definitely has like, a little bit like darker skin than most of the people around here. Like olive tone, sort of.
So like Nox.
So not as dark as
No.
Nox.
Or is
Definitely
not.
not as dark as Nox.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what, like
Not
Grecian
know
or
how-
something?
I
Like
don't know how dark Nox
either
is.
like
Nox
Greek or
is black.
Spanish or Italian,
Oh.
sort of Greek, Spanish, Italian, something like that, Portuguese maybe. To put it in real life terms, that's what he looks like. He has black hair and dark brown eyes, and he has like a very fine, stubbly beard. And like I said, he's wearing a very like an exquisite robe. A little bit flamboyant, but also pretty classy, I guess would be the word. And he's like, also, do you say anything first, or because he looks like he wants to say something?
I mean, I would, like I said, just be like, "Oh, hi," and we'll probably be back on our way down.
You can't
And-
spend 5 minutes with me, Ulf.
Oh, I don't like you. You're creeping me out. So
I-
I shut the thing and I start trotting off, or unless he catches my attention really well. here.
He would call out something. I actually had to think for a sec. Hold on, give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Hmm.
Mm.
He would
This is
call
like
out. He would call out
one of
from
those-
behind
oh,
you, and be like, you don't really seem like the type to back down from a challenge, Ulf. He doesn't even move. He says this while you've already closed the flap and you start to trot away, but he yells that out after you.
No, I'm usually not. Oh, wrong voice.
What was that voice?
I don't know. It's the voice I was confused with Ulf's.
It's the human version of Ulf.
Yeah. No, not usually, but you know, we've also got a pretty important mission going on right now. So, if you'll be here when we come back this way, we will maybe stop by. And I'm still kind of trotting away. And I was yelling that like over my shoulder.
Tell you what, if you humor me, then I can help you and your friends get there even quicker.
Yeah, Ulf's horse would have stopped there. But like, he's definitely like turned around now and like, how would you do that?
Oh, I have my
How would you do
ways.
that? I mean, that's very vague.
Humor me,
You have to be
and I just want to talk for a bit. With your friends too, of course. They're welcome. I'd like to, as many as we can get.
I'm sorry, what? I kind of... spaced out.
He'd be like, oh, I just want to talk to you, and your friends too, as many as I would be able to talk to. I'd like to.
How far away is everybody from me?
Probably, if you yelled, you might get their attention.
I
You know.
probably would have stopped like 60 feet down the road, turned, and started looking at you. Like, turned my horse and I'm just waiting for you now.
I would probably yell out to them, say, we might have a faster way of getting to the monastery. And I'm going to drop down off my horse and
Faster way, Ulf!
go
Why
in.
would we need a faster way? So we can sit in the woods while we wait for our friends to arrive?
Well, then we've got plenty of time now, don't we?
Do
See
you
you
think
there,
he's
bud.
been magicked?
We're supposed to meet them there.
Also,
not
where is
leave them
Layna?
waiting.
She wandered off into
She
the
probably
woods.
is back on the road by now, like on the other side of it, near you guys. Yeah.
So like
Well-
100 yards down the road, just like,
Well, like I went.
what's up?
No,
No,
Layna
I, like,
never got
went
back on the
around the
road
tent.
ever again.
oh. So
Like I
Layna-
went around the tent. I
That was the
assumed.
last day she took her.
I was described that this tent was in the way of the road.
No, it's on
No,
the
it was-
clearing
it was on the
off
side
the
of the
road.
Yeah.
There's like a convenient place for a tent on
Yeah,
the side of the
there's-
road
there's
in,
like
in
a-
a grove of trees.
Yeah, there's like a
So you
traveler's
basically
rest
entered the
point.
woods to avoid going on the road past. it.
No, I would have just went past the tent.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was wondering if you.
So you thought the
Alright.
tent was just like on top of the road.
No, it's
Yeah,
not
it
on
was-
the
Well, yeah,
road.
I was like, I'm not going
Yeah.
to the tent.
Well, to better
and then
describe it-
you were like, well, the only other way is to go back.
This is
So
actually.
it's like, well, I'm not.
Well, you said you weren't
back.
going past it, not that you weren't going into it.
Yeah,
Well,
probably
I
there
didn't
is
want
a
anything to do with the tent.
this is actually where there's like maybe a little creek that is meeting up with the main river, and so this is like a point where people often will stop and tether their horses. There's actually a couple like tether lines or what is it called, like sticks between trees that people have put up because so commonly people stop here. And in the middle of the clearing area, then there's the tent. By the way, there's no other horses or anything around, just the tent. Anyways, though, so Ulf was yelling out that to the group, and
So, you guys want to carry on, or?
Like, I honestly don't trust him to get there on his own.
he So I guess at this
I mean,
point,
look, he got to this
I'm sure
island by a
Roundabout will
giant
find him on the
fish.
way.
There's no way he makes it his way to a mountain by himself.
I heard that.
actually,
Don't believe
No, you
it.
didn't.
and about this point in time, the man walks out of the the tent, out like through the flaps. So he's pretty close to you, Ulf, but he looks at the other group of you and he yells to you guys. He says, "I'm just trying to help."
Right, that's why you have the creepy sign and all that.
Oh, is that creepy? I had mostly just meant to try to be inviting to each of you.
It's a bit
yes.
creepy.
Strange way of going about it.
I apologize. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not, there was
You're
no
not good with
harm
people,
intended. There was
yes.
no harm intended.
I mean, there hasn't been any harm other than the creepiness.
And he motions to all you guys is like, are you sure you won't at least humor me? I really do want to help.
Why would you help us? And how do you know our names?
Well, if you come in, I can explain this.
You can explain out here as well. English
You
works
see-
out here as well. Or common.
What is this English?
So,
Yes, it's from Belster. It's a new thing.
he looks at each of
You
you
probably
and,
haven't heard of it.
and he's like, well, you see, I have ways of getting information, and I've been following your progress.
Oh, so you're spying on us?
No,
That's
I
not the
wouldn't
voice
say
either.
spying, but I've I've been following with your exploits and your adventures, and I've been impressed. And for that reason,
Yes,
I
but
wish to
we
help
are
you.
not impressed with you.
Would you be impressed if I said I could offer you this? And at this point in time, he holds up his hand, and zoop, appearing in it, out of thin air, seemingly, is a sword.
I would draw my sword.
I summon.
I pull my hammer out. Yeah.
I
Knox
pull out
just
my
kinda
hand,
looks at
and
him
a
and it's
spear
like-
appears.
No.
Well, so let me describe this sword to you. This this is a long sword. It has and you can tell the blade has a bit of like a shimmering light to it, and the hilt of it, the pommel, has a stone in it, a ruby, this bright red ruby, and it has a little bit of a shimmer to the ruby as well. The light flickers off of it. Do you if you guys wish, you may roll a history check.
Sure. I'll roll a history check.
Out of
Nice.
curiosity,
Sword.
does this relate to fiends, creatures of undeath, or fae?
Hey, Poetry, do I have advantage on this roll?
No.
Okay.
Do I have advantage on this roll?
Yeah, also-
Trying to recall.
Same with
so
all-
let me guidance myself.
Let me think about that for a second, actually.
I would also
No, I
like
would.
to know that.
Well, no, I would say no.
Alright.
Miles.
What
Miles.
about
How
me?
about- how about
Ooh.
Ulf?
Can I guidance my history?
Can you
thing.
guidance stuff normally? If so, then yeah. I don't
Yes,
know
I
the
just
rules
have
for
to
that.
cast it before I.
Sure. Oh yeah. Sure. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
you're like, let me cast a spell to see if I can better remember stuff in my memory.
Yes.
No, yeah, I got you. No, no problems. Okay, so, let's see. So there are. This is gonna be different for
I
each
still
of you.
don't
So let
know,
me
that's
see.
for sure.
So, okay. Anna and Miles succeed. Just in case I forget you guys each, because first we're gonna start with Anna. So, was that everyone? Did everyone roll?
Yeah, that's everybody.
Well, if you really
Oh, no,
want
no.
everyone to
No,
roll,
Grizzles. No, let's not have him roll.
Grizzles will
No,
not
he,
funny.
yeah,
don't
he
worry.
doesn't. No. Anna.
Oh.
Actually, hold on. Give me a sec. I gotta think of this. Wait, one sec. Let me just ponder something in my mind. Give me a sec. Give me a second. Ooh. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
I wouldn't
Anna.
have advantage, would I? I don't know about weapons.
No, this is a little bit different. Of a reason for checking. So, Anna, you recognize this blade. You remember, it sparks something within you. You're like, what? Oh, I know I've seen it somewhere. And then after a split second, you realize, oh, wait a minute, this was a sword that was on a tapestry back home. Probably not one in your house, but like somewhere that you visited. You're like, oh, I remember seeing a tapestry, and it had a sword that at least looked very similar to this one, and it was at the on the belt of the king of Alderland, not the current king, but actually the first king of Alderland, who has lots of tapestries of him. So it's not surprising that you saw one, but he had this sword or one that looked very like it at his side. Drake, Miles has he has actually seen this exact sword before, and in the person, he had seen it in maybe when his parents had taken him along or something, when visiting Norland, which was like the Duke of Norland was over your family, Yeah. So when you guys were obviously the Duke of Norland's most important vassal, so when you were visiting the Duke, then you saw this sword, not in a picture. He had it on display there, or at least one that looked the same as it. And so you guys know that it is. You guys know that the sword is called Striker. It has a name.
Alright, creepy tent boy has Sword called Striker.
Ulf did draw his sword, by the way.
Yeah. So, but the man. Oh
I
yeah. So
summoned my spear.
So after describing all this, sorry. So he holds this out, but he doesn't hold it in like a combat way. He actually just like sort of actually holds the hilt to Ulf, like offering it him to hold it.
Now, that actually has piqued my curiosity.
Yeah,
guess-
is that what I think that is?
I
Miles.
think it is.
Miles.
I guess Ulf.
What do
Yes,
you
Miles.
mean
Miles.
to pique your curiosity? Apparently, there are millions of us who can summon weapons out of our hands nowhere. And one
That's an actual weapon, though.
That's
With
sword.
points.
a morning star appears in my hand. This is an actual weapon too.
The last time I've seen
No,
I
an
saw that
actual
sword-
physical weapon.
The last
Here,
time I saw that
patch.
sword, it was in Nolan,
When
in
it
the
actually.
Duke's residence.
It would disappear in like 6 seconds or something.
So you want to repeat that, Dregs, just in case they hear.
The last time I saw this sword, it was in the Duke's residence in Nolan.
And Norland is on the
What is
opposite
in
side of the
Norland?
kingdom, by the way. So
What were you doing
Long
there?
story. Long story.
You'll have to tell it sometime.
and so Ulf, you had said you wanted to like take it from him.
I would reach out. Actually,
It's up to you.
hold on a second.
Yeah, no, it's up to you.
Let's see. I do
Do you
have.
remember if that sword had any magical properties? I'm mumbling to Miles.
Do I?
Do you wish to find out? He calls over to you.
I already cast Detect Magic.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, he would still call that, but meanwhile though it was positive. So you definitely sense magic on it, yeah.
So
What
wait,
Do I,
other magic
do I
does
just
he see
remember if the
In the
sword
30 feet away around him.
So let's see. So the sword glows with like the whatever the normal type of magic is that normally
Evocation usually.
yeah, evocation, like the normally
It
for
varies
weapons.
depending on the enchantment, but
Yeah,
just
but
like
if it's
a
just
normal-
like
I think this
plus
one would be
one, it's
evocation, actually.
evocation.
yeah,
It
like swords of
is-
sharpness and +1, and just like shining swords and.
Generally, it's
I'm
Well,
pretty
if
sure
that-
it's pretty sure it'd be evocation. As for other stuff though, so let me see. So if this is definitely this guy'd be glowing. He'd be
The
a
man
Well, I
himself?
mean, I hope
The
so.
whole man.
If the man is glowing, I'm fucking out.
Let me
is the
think.
man glowing or is
I mean, none of you
clothing
guys.
is
I mean, I
glowing?
know, but this is important for you to understand.
Well,
I know.
No, I'm just looking at. So it says like any visible creature that bears magic. What would that mean? Does that mean like a magic caster, or does that mean like someone who is cursed or something? I don't know. Like, what's the distinction there? Because I can tell you either way.
I mean, a cursed person probably wouldn't show up
Okay.
because curses
Yeah.
typically don't show up.
Well, no,
Well,
I guess
no,
I don't know.
They would show up as
no,
magic.
it would show up as
Any
magic.
creature or object, so.
So like,
yeah.
would a
So,
A dragon would glow.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So if- okay, yeah, yeah.
just a sorcerer would probably not glow. 'cause
if a
that's just, like-
dragon would glow though, then
But yeah,
definitely this
dragons
guy
are
would glow.
specifically called out as being magical creatures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, okay, yeah, he would definitely glow then. Not like it would. Let me think of this. It would be a
Magic creature.
swirling mix of colors of magic. The aura around him.
Is there anything else?
And this would probably be the
and-
first person that Ulf saw just like themselves glowing.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, probably.
Probably.
So,
Considering
so
he
let's
couldn't
see.
cast
Like we're
spells
all running
until a
around
couple of
with
weeks
like
ago.
various
You
magical
also-
artifacts, but we
hold
don't
on.
ourselves glow.
You also see. Give me a sec. I think it would be. Let me see. I think you would see another. Well, actually, to be honest, you'd probably see coming from within the tent. You know, I described there's a couple like chests in there, and from each of those, you would just kind of have like a couple different little faint auras of magic stuff coming of different
Any-
schools.
Any of the bad schools in there?
There
imagine, like,
might be
necromancy
one.
and
There
stuff.
might be one or two necromancy ones, but not the majority of them. It's kind of a mix of all of them.
Also,
Okay.
necromancy is like very broad.
Yeah,
I know.
Necromancy's not really evil.
Yeah, no, it's not necessarily evil.
I
but
suppose
yeah.
I wouldn't know just
Like-
by the class of their school
Yeah,
either.
but anyways, so there's
Like
a
a-
mix of
like a potion
magic
that
items.
glows,
It seems like
probably.
this guy definitely has some
Right,
magic
exactly.
items in those
Necromancy.
chests. And he also is glowing, and this thing is glowing with evocation magic, but it doesn't have any like. This
What
sword
kind of
doesn't have, like,
magic is he
necromancy.
giving off, though?
A
all-
A
mix.
bunch of kinds.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
like
mix
there's-
of a bunch.
He's
Okay.
fucking Rainbow
Um,
Boy right now.
Yeah,
basically.
well, while also holding the one sword in my hand, I'm going to use my other hand to, because I imagine like I was reaching out when I
Yeah.
cast this,
Yeah.
and I kind of paused for a second, and then I'm going to, like, very slowly grab onto it.
Yeah, and he just he's been smiling with a faint smile this whole time, and he just nods at you, and he's like, yeah, and he just gives up to you real easy, and then he snaps his fingers, and you immediately, Ulf, you know what this sword does.
Do I?
Yeah,
Instant attunement.
you know what this sword does,
Or at least identify or something.
Yeah.
You know what this sword does? It is. Well, so first off, you like know its name now. You just know it. I don't know. It's called Striker, Destroyer of Goblins. It's a longsword +1. However, whenever you roll damage, well, I should say this better. Whenever you attack a goblinoid with this weapon and hit, then you roll an extra damage die. So,
Okay.
and just if you, I mean, not that it matters too much, but if you crit, it doesn't like negate that. So you roll 3 dice instead of 2. So anyway, so it's like if you attack someone with this, it's a longsword, right? So like a D8, but you roll 2D8 if you hit a goblinoid. So a goblin, hobgoblin, bugbear.
Actually,
So
like my interpretation of
I'd roll 4.
roll 2 extra dice if you critted on a goblin.
yes, exactly. You would roll 2 if you crit. You roll 1 extra normally, basically.
Yeah.
So basically, like every hit against
You
the
double
goblinoid
all
is critting.
damage dice that are rolled.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, I forgot about that. So a crit would
Although
do
I know
4
a lot of people
one
just
die,
double
yeah.
the number that you roll, but probably just to reduce the amount of dice they roll.
No, yeah. But yeah, you're right, though. That's, well,
online
since we're doing it
knowledge
digitally, yeah.
is-
No, so it would actually be 4 D8 against if you crit. So no, it's so normally it does 2 D8 against goblinoids only, but in general it's a +1. So, and you know all this instantly. Once he snaps his fingers.
Cool. I guess I would say, well, we've got a really good sword here now, apparently.
And he snaps again, and now it appears in his hand again. And he's like, not yet. I did say you would have to humor me. This is just my offer.
Have we not humored you?
You have to humor me by playing a game with me.
Nox looks around and says, "Does anybody need a sword?"
I slightly
It's-
raise my hand.
It's a really good sword.
Well, I'm sure it is, but you could almost call it a contractual obligation, I suppose. I don't use swords.
I also do not use swords.
The man will call out to Miles and he'll be like, Miles, you seem to have recognized this. You said you had seen it.
Yes.
So what do you know about this sword?
Striker. Do I know anything special about it?
Oh yeah, kind of what I had told Kraigox about that. What Anna knows, that it was the king of the first human king of Alderland, the first Alder, basically. He was King Alder. That was his name. So,
Like, if we're being realistic, this
I
sword is
remember
probably worth...
correctly.
This sword, just because of history, is worth, like, a lot of
A
gold.
lot.
If I could
Like, to
remember
the right
correctly,
person.
Not that Ulf knows that, he
Striker
just knows Smash.
was the sword of the first king of the first human king, anyway, of Alderland, King Alder. And last I saw, it was in the Duke's mansion in Norland.
correct. And so, if you had the sword, not only would it offer you its abilities, as any sword would, but it also offers you the prestige that goes along with such a weapon.
And the problems.
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose we might as well add to our collection.
So,
Side-eye knocks, like,
if you all
really wanna
are
have more.
interested, I am willing to offer you
Knox,
this.
Of all people,
And he'll actually be like, really, because as I told you, I have been very interested in your feats, and beyond that, things are I believe, are going to be changing soon, and you could use all the help you get. Everyone could. Everyone could use your help as well.
I mean,
I feel like this relationship is just going so fast. We've just met.
What sort of game?
Come inside my tent and I'll tell you. I promise. There's no traps on the door or anything like that. I
Is he
wouldn't bother.
lying?
Yeah, you can totally
I-
roll insight. Yeah, this is the perfect
Is
opportunity.
he
to do so.
lying?
He does not seem to be lying. He seems to be pretty honest.
Where's my insight? My horrible, horrible insight.
Very well, I will
Actually,
humor your humoring, so to speak.
Yeah,
And
no,
I will
he
go
does
into
not
the
appear
tent
to be
with
lying.
him.
if the orc and this dandy are both in it, I suppose we should all go.
All right, Layna, he does not appear to be lying. Yeah.
I just like the idea that Layna's like 3 times further away and she still has like the best beat on whether he's being straight.
Yeah. Anyways, though, so you guys all go in the tent.
It's illegal to be straight this month.
That's true.
Gays only.
So does
Straight's not invited.
so does even Layna go in the tent? Because I know she was skeptical before, afraid or cautious, I guess would be the best word.
What does the sign say for me?
Oh, it just says "Welcome, Layna. Come in."
I'm gonna destroy the sign.
Okay, sure. Yeah, he doesn't care actually.
Just kick it over when you're coming in. Just
I get off, Anna gets off her horse and telepathically tells it, if we're not back in an hour, destroy the tent.
And yeah, the horse is like, "Sure, dude. What's up? Yeah, no problem."
oh sure.
Both
He
of our
gets-
horses are dude bros. I don't know how this happened.
No, I like it actually. I
mine-
just
Mine isn't a dude, bro. Mine's a coward.
no, but I really like the fact that they're just like, yeah, whatever, sure, man, yeah, no problem.
Hey, dude.
Anyways,
How
so,
you doing, bro?
so you guys so you guys all enter the tent. Like I said, there are these chests sort of lining the edge of it. Maybe like 4 chests. They all are like locked, and but they're pretty ornate. They're not like over the top. They're not like floating in the air or anything, but they're pretty ornate. There's a nice like rug so that you're not on just the grass or dirt or whatever. And there's this big table, and actually there are enough chairs in here for all of you guys to like sit facing the table.
About how large is it?
The table?
No, like
Oh, the tent?
the inside of the tent.
Ooh, excuse me. Let me tell you, it's maybe
As-
like 25 feet diameter, 30 feet diameter. I'm not sure. It's big.
As we walk in, Miles or Nox says, "So what's your name?"
Yes, I was wondering.
Ah,
that as
yes.
well.
Of course. My name is Swordtro.
Does that name remind me
I'm
of that?
sorry.
Sore throat. Sore throat.
Swordtro.
Sore throat.
Operation Deep Throat.
Creepy tent.
Does that name
man
ring a bell at all?
is
You can,
Sortro.
if you would all like,
Sorty row.
you may roll me all
So
either a
Swordtro.
history or a religion check.
Shit in both.
Oh.
there you go.
Oh shit! Nice. Okay.
Oh boys.
Let me think about this for a sec. Okay. Ulf, Drag, and Layna. You guys all remember, or and this is pretty common knowledge, but you all remember that there is. Oh crap! Hold on, I gotta open up something real quick.
While this
Give
is
me
going
2
on,
seconds.
well,
Yeah.
they're talking. Anna's gonna cast detect magic with that wand and just
Okay.
like start staring at the chairs that we're supposed to sit in.
The chairs are fine. They're not magical. No, they're just very finely crafted.
And then I'm going to
I'm
start
also-
poking him with my rapier.
No what?
As
Start
as we
poking
enter-
it. Oh yeah, yeah.
as we enter, I'm gonna like also just cast Zone of Truth on us.
All right, sure.
'Cause, like,
Uh-huh.
not in the
So,
mood for no shenanigans.
sounds good.
Does that
you
only
want,
last like a minute?
Last 10 minutes.
do you mind putting that in the chat just so I know moving forward? But anyways, though, so Sortro, the 3 of you who had passed that check, you know that there is a
That
goddess.
affects us all.
There is a goddess named Sortra. So very similar, and that's like what it reminds you of. There's a goddess called Sortra, who is the goddess of luck, fortune, and gambling in the main pantheon of gods. So there's a goddess named Sortra, and this name reminds you of that. Like that's the closest thing that it would remind you of. But it's not. That's not what he said though. He said Sortra. Anyway, so you create magical. That guards against detection, deception, 50 foot radius. I got you. So you just center it on the tent, so the whole thing is covered. Got it. Until the spell ends, yeah. Until this a creature that enters. Okay, so like if they want to lie, they just have to make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind, I guess.
Anna kind of jumps when the spell goes off. Like, what are you doing?
I think to make it easier, you probably don't have to make a save until you tell a lie. If you tell one.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Yeah, that is how it works.
Yeah.
You,
so
you
anyways,
you make a save after you tell or you try to tell the lie.
yeah.
I know.
Let's see.
But like the first one is always there.
Yeah. So the
You can't
let's
tell
see.
a lie the first time.
Yeah, since we don't really try and pretend, we don't try and cover up whether our characters are lying out of character, so it won't matter if we don't only roll when we need to.
So you guys,
so we
when you
all
ask
need
his
to
name,
make charisma saving throws then?
If we,
No, it
technically
says,
every turn, yeah. But
yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it.
I'm not gonna roll every 6 seconds.
I'm not gonna worry about it unless you're like about to tell a lie or something. So yeah, we'll just have to be honest, and I'll be honest with him.
It would also be rather
so
annoying
no
if we
worries.
do it every time we speak.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
So this
Yeah, no
entire
problem,
area
don't
would
worry.
start glowing for me and Anna, right?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
No,
Not only
yeah.
are we aware because the spell makes us
Sensory
aware,
overload.
we're also just like fucking in the middle of a glowing dome right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, god damn it!
Mm-hmm.
I
Give me a
stumble
second.
over a
Make
chair
it
suddenly.
So he told you guys Sortro is his name. Do you any of you like ask him anything about that or anything? You know.
Sotra.
Once I start looking around, I imagine I see the
So-
fact that he's glowing.
So Sotra. It's the name of a god, isn't it?
No.
So yes, goddess of luck, if I can remember.
No, that is Sortra.
Yes,
That's what he said.
That's what I said.
He said.
Oh, my name is Sortro though.
When Anna turns around and sees him glowing with a bunch of magic, she's like, deadpan, what the fuck are you?
Tell you what, that doesn't matter.
Does Anna glow?
I'm actually quite
Just, like,
certain
out of-
that it does matter. If my friend here is suspicious, I'm with her. What the
Actually,
fuck?
well,
Also,
Generally,
say the
creatures
truth.
don't glow with magic themselves, and this one is
Question.
glowing with many types of magic right now.
Does Anna glow? Because
does
she's a
Anna glow?
changeling.
I don't think changelings are explicitly.
No, I don't think so.
But
Pretty
I don't
much-
Know Greyhawk.
Like
Most
I,
creatures,
out of character,
it's
I have no idea.
Eberron.
You've looked it up. Is that what you said?
So he'll be like,
No, I
I'll
said
tell
out
you
of
what.
character, I just
He
wanted to know.
he'll be like, I'll tell you this.
I don't think she is.
I am totally fine with telling you, but I'd like to add that as maybe a part of our wager here. If you can.
Hold on now. You said we had to entertain you.
Oh
Wait.
yeah, we will play a game together, and if you can succeed, then it's not even that hard. But if you can succeed, then I will be giving you this sword, and I'll also tell you what you want to know.
Oh.
Alright, so...
And how
this
do
would-
you get us there faster?
Oh yes, I can get us there faster. Trust me on that.
Us there. You're
Us.
I will not come with no, but I will take you closer. I
Yes, but how?
You're a sneaky boy, aren't you?
You're a creepy
can't give
boy.
all my secrets away now, can I?
You can.
Here, let's focus on the game at hand. And he turns around and actually starts to like unlock one of the chests, and he like, you know, is like fumbling around in it.
Hold on.
Mhm.
So I'm reading the spell test. I'm sorry. We should all make one charisma save just to see if anyone fails. Because if you fail for the whole time you're in the circle.
Oh, oh yeah.
Oh, is that all? I thought it was for every lie. I think
No,
that's how
that's
some people
the
roll,
truth
right?
serum, I think,
It
or
must be
whatever it
different.
is.
It must be different than the.
I think that was the-
potion.
I think it was the potion thing. So yeah, no, that makes sense then. Let's do this then, and this is actually probably better. Just do one save for the whole time. That makes sense.
And I don't believe the caster's aware of whether we pass or not, if I remember right.
By the way, add Ulf's bonus because we're all standing.
Yeah, he just
Oh
always
yeah,
has
yeah.
it on.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
But I'm
So it's
telling
just
you,
What
like,
is his
it's
bonus? Oh,
Pass
there it is.
4.
How do I add his bonus like that?
Turn on show global modifier in the thing, and then you can just put a check.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I passed.
Global saving throw
15.
modifier 4, correct?
3.
3. Yeah.
3.
This goes knows 3.
Wow.
Yeah. Weak boy.
Look,
You
it's
guys
not-
are
it's hard. He's not level 8 yet.
Yeah. We'll get there eventually.
So your saving DC is
I don't
14.
think I actually have to. But...
Mm-hmm.
So we all passed to start with. Anyway,
Yeah. Nice. All right. Cool.
All right, there we go. So
Which one
I have a
is the easy
22.
22.
Anyway, I'll just do this quick.
Okay. So.
Also, I don't know
yeah.
why I have that +1.
Cool.
just
So
for
yeah.
that.
So you guys are all fine.
Oh, no, wait, that's because of my
I mean,
part
I
thing.
guess technically, roll for Grizzles too. You might as well. He's following
all
along.
passed.
He's following along with you guys, but he's kind of like not getting involved. You know, he's just sitting by the sidelines.
He's just like, ooh.
He
weird
just
shit.
he always in general he kind of looks to Anna. He's like, if you want to go in there, I'm going in there. You know, that sort of thing. You know.
I'm the canary in the coal mine.
anyway, sorry about that.
Oh yeah. So that's okay. So he starts rummaging through a chest that was like behind this table, and after
Wait, I do know if they succeed or if they fail.
Yes,
So-
you do.
okay,
So, does anybody fail?
he also succeeds.
No.
None of us do.
We all succeeded.
He succeeded. That's, I mean,
Yeah,
I know.
that's the main one. Yeah, yeah. All right. So, anyways, though, so he and so he rummages around for like just like 10 seconds, and then he turns around and moves to sit down in his chair across from you guys, and he has in his hands what looks to be a bag, like a satchel sort of thing, but with like a face on it. A smile.
Is it
the
glowing
face
with magic?
game?
Is the face smiling? Or
It
is
is.
the face
It's a
frowning?
smiling face.
Is the face magical?
It is magical. Yeah.
School of Magic.
Whatever a bag of holding is.
Do I know what it is, knowing that it's magical?
You can all roll me a Arcana, yeah,
Arcana.
Arcana check, sure, yeah.
Ulf has got this down.
That's
Arcana?
very fitting for
DC
Knox.
15
I know.
because they're
I
not
don't
too
even-
common here. So
As soon as I rolled it, I was like, why do they?
yeah,
Not
DC
I don't need to
15.
roll this.
I don't mind telling you guys for something like this. So Miles and Anna. Actually, this kind of makes sense. You guys, having been from from larger cities to the east, maybe you saw one of these that a powerful wizard had in passing that you saw. But they're not actually very common, which is why I set the DC at 15. They're not very common in this world in general. Actually, this time in particular. But they do exist, and this is one of them. Anna and Miles, you know what this is? It's a bag of holding. Anyways,
That is something I haven't seen in a very long time.
he nods, and then he opens it up and reaches in, and he pulls out what looks to be a small but thick. Well, like each card is thick. Deck of cards, and he starts.
Oh
to,
no.
He starts to hold on, give me a sec.
But yeah,
He-
basically, if he pulls out anything that's magic, just like go ahead and tell me.
Oh yeah. This is
I'm leaving the spell up.
Same,
This is magic.
Same with
This would
me.
be, I guess, like evocation, probably. Yeah, I think. Actually, it'd probably
What,
be
the
glowing. The deck. It would be glowing with a few different types of magic, probably. Actually, I'm actually
Trying
trying.
to kill the campaign.
I actually think I don't know what it would be. It'd probably be evocation and maybe maybe divination and maybe necromancy. I don't know, a few different types of magic. Anyway, so he starts springing the deck from one hand to the other. You know where that you go like it flies from one hand to the other when you squeeze it, and you know what I mean, right? So just springing it from one hand to the other, back and forth, and he's smiling at you guys, and he's like, "So I have a proposition for you all, a game to play, and you are, of course, all welcome to just refuse and leave. I will not stop you. I have no reason to stop you. But, as I said, I am been impressed with your feats and your courage as well. But I have this this deck here."
I reach into my bag and pull out a deck of cards.
And he's like, "Oh, it's
And
not
put it
that
on the
type of
table.
deck.
I
This
figured
is
not.
His
this
cards
is
are
a-
magical.
This
I
is a
figured as
special
much.
deck. These cards, they can control your fate to a certain extent. They can change your life for better or for worse. The game.
Would I know about what this item might be?
Actually, that's totally valid
'Cause
too.
I-
Yeah, make me some more Arcana checks. I'm not gonna tell you the DC for this one, but it's high, obviously.
Hold on.
Is Nox gonna roll too?
For Arcana? No, she.
Okay.
I didn't act. As soon as I rolled the last Arcana check, I was like, wait, she wouldn't know. She doesn't know
Oh yeah.
anything about magic,
Alright, fair. No, that's totally fair.
which is
She
one
is
of my
magic.
favorite
She
things
doesn't know
about her.
magic.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Miles, Miles and Layna, you guys don't even remember like what this thing is called or what it is, but you heard maybe like a story a long time ago talking about something like this and how supposedly it, you heard about some sort of like magical deck that can cause great good things or terrible things. You had heard. So you know that it's like a risk reward sort of situation, but you don't remember what it is exactly. And but he's still springing it from one hand to the other, and he's like, this deck is, as I had said before, it is special, and I find it very entertaining, and for that reason, I'm offering you that sword. And it's like leaning up against the side of 10 now or whatever. That sword, and it is the real thing. I promise you that sword, and I will help your travel, speed up travel until you are near where you're going. If you all, as a group, can draw a total of 5 cards.
Can you show us how it works?
I'll tell you how it works. You must announce.
I really learned by a visual representation.
He chuckles and he's like, yes. Well, in any case, how it works is you must announce to me how many cards you wish to draw. You will then draw one at a time. The effects of the card, whether they be good or bad, will immediately take effect. And if you don't like the results of the first or second or however many cards, there's no option but to press forward, because if you refuse to draw the next, and this is not under my control, by the way, the cards have somewhat of a mind of their own, but if you refuse to draw the next one, you have but an hour till it draws itself and takes effect on its own. So once you announce to the cards and to me how many you wish to draw, you're stuck with that number.
How many cards do you have?
There are 13 cards. Excuse me, 13 cards.
I'll draw 10.
Do you really wish to draw 10?
I've already said it, haven't I?
Okay. And he looks at the rest of the group. He looks at the rest of the group.
Yeah,
He's like,
well.
he looks at the rest of the group. He's like, well then, seems your friend has decided to take the risk all on her own. If she can get through at least 5 of them, then you will, you'll have the sword. The sword will be yours. The group's to do with what they want.
How many cards are in that deck total?
13. He says 13.
That's
yeah.
what I just asked, yeah.
Does
Does anybody want the last 3?
He'll actually, when you say that, he'll be like, oh, they replenish for each person. If they will, if once one of you goes, you'll take turns. Once one of you goes, then the next person will start with a new deck. They replenish themselves. But for you, the deck will remain constant throughout all 10.
Yes.
Okay. And he's like, I'll give you one more chance. Do you really wish to take 10? You only need 5. And I do want to play a fair game, and there is risk associated with it. There is reward, of course, but if you wish to take 10, I will not stop you. In fact, I find that even more interesting.
I will take 10.
Very well. Let us begin. Alright, so I'm gonna have to out of character now. I have this set up, but I gotta
But yeah,
No, don't tell them.
Well, I'm just gonna say, when a character calls the number of cards they're going to take, they're compelled to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
he kind of
there ain't
described
no
that, I
backing
think.
out now.
He described that as honestly as he could, you know. And anyway, so okay, there's no backing out now. So the let's see. Give me a second. Okay, this should be fun. So the way it's gonna work, Perplex, is I'm going to show you the deck, and you can actually deal yourself out, but we have to use the honor system, and you got to do one at a time. And I'm gonna see them too. Actually, I can make it so everyone can see them. We'll do that so it's more
Are
interesting.
you using the like actual deck thing in the macros?
I have one set up that I made. I have one that actually I don't have like a normal deck. I made a customized deck for this.
Just
So-
like drop 10 cards on my character.
Well, no, we're gonna do one at a time because some of them can.
Anna
have
is
different
going
effects.
to like.
Let's just say some of them might be able to stop others from being drawn.
Has the tent been left open? Like the
Flap
entrance
is
to it?
open, sure.
Anna's going to just like step just outside the tent where she
peeking
can watch
in.
what's happening and start casting Tiny Hut.
No, you're gonna
I'm
cast
going
the
to- I'm going to still sit at the table.
Alright, sounds good. No problem. Okay, well let me see.
Like if anyone wants to stand next to me and be in the hut, they're welcome to. I'm just like,
So
nope, I'm getting in the
So
hut.
Perplex, you just gotta we're gonna do it one at a time though because it does matter in this
I'm
case.
gonna ask the man.
I'm basically gonna.
If I'm not impressed with the first 10, can I draw the last 3?
Sure, if we get to that point.
Ulf is also going to stand by the door. He's still
Okay,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
in the tent, but he's not.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no problem.
But he's
you guys
like,
be
he's...
Do
you
you
guys
wanna
can
be
be
close
wherever
enough
you
to be
want
in
to
my
be
bubble?
in the tent. This is
You can watch from inside the bubble if you want.
I'm
hold
not
on.
quite in the bubble, but
Let me-
close
let me
enough that I can
Keep in
maybe
mind-
jump in.
You can't come in if you're not inside when it's formed, so you have to be close to me at least while it's forming.
Give me a second.
So basically, you have to stand within 10 feet of me for the minute that it takes to cast it. You can leave and enter as you please afterwards, though.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to be in the bubble first, and then I'm going to walk out.
Like presumably, I've been doing this at night, so you all know how my bubble works. You
Okay.
probably also recognize
How my
when
bubble-
I'm casting it.
All right, sounds good. So let's So yeah, we got to do it one at a time though. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yep. But I won't allow you to draw directly. Let me see. Yeah, disable. Yeah. All right, sounds good. Let me do this, and then you should. Don't draw until I say so. I'm gonna shuffle it a couple times, even though it's literally just a digital shuffle. I don't think that really matters. We'll shuffle it 3 times, and he shuffles it 3 times, right? You can see the symbol now, right? Let me make sure the stream can see it actually. Before we get
Yeah,
started.
the little-
No. Oh, yeah, I was blocking it
Okay.
before.
So he shuffles it 3 times, and I have shuffled it 3 times now. And
Excuse me, in the interest of fairness, could I also shuffle it?
sure, and he passes it off to you.
I shuffle it.
All right, so let me shuffle it one more time in the game then. Sure. I shuffle it one more time. I do. Yeah. I mean, it is shuffling it.
I give
actually.
Miles a friendly wink.
Yeah. All right. So.
Horny D&D. Horny D&D.
And he just gives you. This dude is giving you a big
Horny.
smile, and he's like,
We don't
he's
have any
like,
tieflings here.
and he's like, well, Layna, this is definitely the most fun I've had in ages. So, thank you for this. Before we begin, very well.
As long as you don't finish,
Very well. Draw your.
give him
your
a friendly wink.
draw your first card. So you should be able to click on it and then like draw one.
Click, draw one. There you go.
You have 1.
Okay. So it is
I
the
have
moon.
one.
Can you guys all see that if you click on it? You should be able to.
Yes.
So you can keep me honest. And well, mostly just because it's more fun.
That does look like a moon.
Yeah.
I'll
That
give you
looks
that
like
much.
a moon, and it says the moon.
Apparently,
So-
I can
Or it
click
says
to
moon.
steal this card right
So
now. I
you
don't know what I would
immediately.
do.
I already clicked it.
No, you can't do that. No. All right. Well, anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't actually do anything.
I mean,
It doesn't do anything.
I just click no way anyway.
Ugh.
I'll give you guys a bad one.
hold on one second. Let me see one thing. All right.
It only
Stop
affects the
clicking
drawer.
it,
Um.
you piece of shit.
Cool. So.
All
So
of
the
you have
moon.
to click it, huh?
So you have Perplex. All of a sudden, in your mind, you know that you have. Roll me a d3.
How do you actually roll?
Just
slash
dash
R1d3.
roll or backslash whatever slash roll 1d3. Space 2. All right. You now know that you have the ability to cast 2 wishes. You can cast the spell or the wish spell two times. Sorry, 2 times. You have 2 wishes. You don't have to use them now. You can use them whenever you want. They're yours. All right. So hold on 1 second. Let me. So actually, the way it works is though the card does go back into the deck.
It's funny because I've already wasted one of these in my
Yeah,
life.
I like that actually. All right, so
I
I'm gonna
also wasted one of these on a different character.
So I'm gonna recall that, and then we're gonna shuffle again because I actually don't know where it puts it in the deck. So is that fine with you? I mean, to be honest, I don't, you know.
That's fine.
All right, because I mean the point is
You
that
could end
it's
up with,
it
like,
gets
13.
put into the deck randomly in another place so that you can draw it again possibly. So and the only way for me to do that is really shuffle it again.
20
Anyways,
wishes.
so and you see this this comes up and you and he smiles. He's like, oh, a good one. In fact, that's a great one. Are you ready for the next?
I mean, nothing's happened yet, so
Well, you know that you
Yeah, you know that you
have
can.
like
yeah. But I mean,
talked
like
to your
nothing
magic
is
inside
actually.
you now.
Alright. Yeah. Alright, so he said, and he holds out the cards to you again, says, go ahead.
Draw one.
Oh, okay, this is a good one. Alright, and he says,
The
ah.
sneaky boy.
He
Rogue
says,
card.
ah, the rogue. Ah, this one is very interesting. I hope you like your new enemy.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't be too much of a problem. I already have a few.
Do you know the implications of this?
Let's see. This is the first time I've run into this deck of cards.
So let's just say that maybe perhaps where you had a friend before, a friend will no longer be. Are you ready for the next one?
Like, if you could just tell me what they mean, that'd also be good.
Does he just know, perhaps, or not?
Not with all cards.
If you know,
he'll say, well, fine, I'll tell
being
you.
a fair game,
This,
you can tell me.
yes, this card has made it so someone who was friendly to you before is not friendly to you now. However, as I said, the cards have a mind of their own. I have no choice in this. It's the cards who have decided.
Yes, I'm aware you have no choice in whatever. You're just a douchebag.
But there, I've told you what I know. That a friend will no longer be your friend and will be your enemy.
Well,
Dude,
good thing none of us are friends, huh?
I look around the room.
None of you guys, obviously, are. No. All right, let me.
Don't worry, I don't know you that
Who's
well.
drawing the cards? I forget.
Layna.
I am going to hit Layna on the back of the head. Like, just smack her upside the head
Oh my god.
Like
Alright.
it, like with what? Your hand?
with my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that like literally does nothing. Yeah.
I know.
No,
it does
yeah.
nothing.
But the man
Really
chuckles.
weird.
He's like, and by the way, each time that the cards go back in the deck, they actually just like fade out of existence, and then you see a glow coming from the deck, and then anyways, and he says, very well, the third. Let us continue.
Okay.
Oh shit. All right. Well,
This one doesn't sound good.
okay. Well,
Oh, this.
those. All right. Neither. The rest of you guys can't spoil anything. So he chuckles.
What do you mean
and
you can't spoil it? Everyone knows what this.
Yeah.
Please continue.
He chuckles and he's like, well, seems like you are unlucky. Well, nice to meet you in person, Layna, and maybe your friends will find a way to save you. And Layna, you feel all of a sudden this gut-wrenching sensation as you feel your soul being ripped from your body. You know that the like in Star Wars, when the stars go by as you're going through hyperspace, they start. It kind of is a sensation like that. You feel like you're spinning and traveling at the speed of light, and your soul.
I
You're
don't actually know that.
You're disembodied now. Your soul is flying through what feels like a void, and there's blackness all around you now. And And the rest of you guys that see this, you see Layna's body fall to the ground next to the table, not moving.
I draw my
Ulf?
weapon and say, "What have you done to her?
She drew the void.
Bring her back or die."
The cards have a mind of their own. Her soul has been drawn to another place and is now the property of someone else.
Ulf is also going to draw his sword and point it at him, saying, "You can tell us where she's been brought to, then, or you can die."
And he's like, listen, she wanted to gamble and play the game by taking 10, and it turns out she was unlucky. It only took her 3 cards to hit a bad one. Well,
Now,
the
I have a
worst one.
question.
Yes.
Regarding the we must draw 5, are those 5 in a row or 5 total?
Oh, 5 total. She drawn 3. You only need 2 more.
Fine, I'll draw the last 2.
You sure about this?
Discussing things over Layna's dead body.
He shrugs and he's like,
Also, what's the point of restoring her soul when, like, she's actually just dead?
well, because then
Well, her
at
body's
the end
alive.
of the session, I'll tell you what Layna sees on the other side. And then
The
that'll
end of the
be-
session.
But like,
I can tell you now if you want.
I mean, we might save her by the end of the session.
So your body is incapacitated. So we literally have the
optimistic.
biggest and heaviest
It's-
character in the party is a fucking lump
She's
of
a vegetable, basically.
vegetable right now.
God damn it, we need
She's
to...
not. Her body isn't dead. Like, and I didn't describe it as dead. It's not moving though. It's just
It'd
sitting
be
there.
more convenient if it was, honestly.
So I mean, Perplex, do you want me to describe
we could,
what
like, leave it.
your soul sees on the other side? Because I know exactly what you see. I don't know how you see it, but you see it with your spiritual form.
Well, like how do ghosts see?
well, I guess,
It's up to you, Perplex.
We're
Wow.
gonna need the giant to back
it looked
it
like
by
you were
the-
about to volunteer yourself. Would you like to split the last 2, just in
Yeah,
case?
why not?
Oh my god, keep in mind
adventurous.
that the deck's reset for you.
Yeah.
And
Like you said.
Hey,
And
I
the
mean, if
guy-
we TPK, we start a new campaign.
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen?
the guy shrugs and he's like, very well. You each can draw 1. Who wants to go first?
I looked
Flip a coin.
I will.
Okay. And he passes. He actually is like, do you want to shuffle it for yourself?
Sure.
Right. He lets you shuffle it.
I really just want to walk away at the deck. Sure. I shuffle and get it back.
All right, and then he fans them out to you, and he's like, very well, you may draw.
All right. I will draw 1 card, and I draw a card. Oh, I didn't see that deck.
Yeah, you gotta draw.
It was under my character sheet.
Oh, and by the way, this hasn't been showing up
Oh,
on
I know
screen
what
the whole
this does.
time.
Oh, hey.
All right, so he's like, well, that's certainly a good one. And at this point in time, literally materializing out of the air in front of you, is actually, hold on, I have some notes about this. Give me a second. I have to figure out exactly. I gotta remember real quick. Appearing in the air, out of the air in front of you is a dude, a 6 foot tall male human, dressed in. Let me tell you like what sort of armor he's dressed in. Give me a sec. He is dressed in we're gonna say what's below splint. It's like chainmail,
Chainmail. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's wearing chainmail. He has and he has the he has a great sword, and he is holding it outstretched, like pointed to the side of the tent when he pops into existence, and is like,
T-pose.
and he's in the middle of yelling. He's like ah, and then he's like, oh, what am I? This is not. Who are you all?
We're playing a game. You can go outside and wait if you want an explanation.
Do you want to
He
draw the
actually
next
can't.
card?
He actually can't leave because my bubble is in the way.
And he's like, and he looks at, and then he looks over at Nox. He's like, oh, you are her, the woman who appeared in my dream.
I am her. Correct.
And he immediately kneels next to you. And he's like, and actually, you gotta give me a second here. He's like,
This doesn't help with the whole Nox being the next like queen thing.
and
So,
he,
like, it's funny you say that, Troy, because Nox was about to look at him and say, "Wow, I guess I am royalty."
but so he kneels next to you, and he's like, my name is Alejandro de Sorilla.
Ooh, Spanish.
Hello, I am Nox.
I have no idea what is happening here, but I had a dream that this would happen, and I know I am meant to serve you.
Is he Elven, by the way?
No, he's human.
With that accent? Definitely not. No, he's human.
He's human, yeah.
Elves are French. That's all I know.
Well, not all elves, just the one that you guys have met and ran into. Both of them, I guess.
Well, I suppose it's my turn now, and I am going to reach out to the deck.
Welcome to here.
Hold on, let me
draw a
reset.
card.
Wait, no, I gotta reset it. I gotta take this one back. Oh, wait, give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'll shuffle it. Alright, and the man smiles and says, yeah, very well. Last one that you all need.
Before I draw, may I ask you a few questions?
Sure, fire away.
You know, I probably should have thought of a few questions before. So what kind of divination magic were you using to know who we are?
I did not use any divination magic. I just have followed your feats for a while.
Well, we haven't been doing any feats for that long.
Oh, you killed the Drake and you freed the giant. What else have you done? Stood up
I
to
see
the Baron.
You're a fan of Anna's music.
Her music is quite nice.
I take my dagger out and like flip it in my hand, saying, "Would you recognize this then?"
While this is all going on, I'm going to draw my card from the center of the deck.
Okay.
Not that it matters.
It sounds good. Do it. Oh God, what happened?
I
Did
drew.
That's weird. It drew it like on the deck. Is that
Yeah,
the
I'll
star?
move it.
I can't see it.
Yes, that's the
Yeah,
star.
it's star.
Alright,
If you
that's
click
good.
on it, it expands.
And he's
I
like,
put it on the table.
and he's like, the star. Such a nice card. I've always loved this star.
Just tell me what it did.
And as he's saying this, like before he even says this, you feel one of your abilities go up. Your choice. You feel you maybe like time freezes. You have a couple set, and you have like you're like
All right, like any one
Too
of my
bad you got
ability
this now.
scores?
anyone
It can
who
actually
abilities-
break. It can break 20.
It can break 20, but it
Sad-
can't go above
but
24. That's
Sadly,
not
I don't
what
think you have
I'm
any score high enough to
thinking.
break.
Don't.
Increase one of your ability scores by 2.
Well, obviously I'm going to choose charisma.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's up to you.
So you immediately just got
You-
a fucking.
And so you immediately
Eight.
feel much more charismatic, you know? I don't know how to describe that really.
Wow.
Anyways, and he
His presence just increased suddenly so much.
but he's like and so you feel this right as you're asking. This comes into effect, we'll say, you know. And he's like, well, it seems I would assume you would already know what has happened.
Yes. Wow. That was 5.
That was 5. Here you all. Yeah, here you are. And he teleports the sword to his hand, even though it's like 10 feet away. And then just he hands it over to whoever's gonna take it.
I'm going to take it.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Are you all? How much did you care about your friend Layna? Because while I know about your feats, I can't read your minds.
Well, she was very nice, and I definitely don't want her to be a sack of potatoes for the rest of her life.
Yeah, I would prefer she was still around.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Care for a bit of a gamble?
What
Are we
sort of
drawing more
gamble?
cards?
If you draw one more, only one, then I will tell you exactly where she is being held.
What do you mean where she's being held? She's right here.
Her soul is no longer in her body.
How in the hell are we supposed to take her soul and put it back in her body?
There are ways. I cannot help you with that, but if you wish, if you can draw one more card, I will do two things for you. I will...
I'll draw a card.
Very well. Well, let me tell you what I'll do for you. I'll tell you...
I hand the deck over to Ulf.
Well, he has the deck still. He was only letting you draw. He wasn't gonna let you just hold it. But he's like, if you can draw one more, if one of you draws one more, and it seems like your friend Ulf is ready to, then I will not only tell you where her soul is, I will also tell you, I will also make sure her body is in a place where nothing will harm it.
Sounds reasonable, but I'm trying to get the voice right here. Whoa. On top of saving her and her body, well, not saving her body for us apparently, I would like to add more to this wager.
Oh, really? I'm ears.
I see your bag you drew the cards from.
I knew this was gonna be it. The bag, yes. What about it? You wish the bag.
I think for drawing a card, and for the trouble of essentially killing one of our friends.
Oh, she's quite alive. Her body is alive and her soul is alive, just in separate places.
Killing our friends, that the bag ought to be thrown in with this draw.
If you make it 2, then sure.
1.5.
How would you half draw a card?
Oh, what?
I mean, you just rip the deck in half and you take half of a card. I mean,
Oh fuck. Sorry, gonna say. Well, what about your friend Anna here? She hasn't drawn a card. And he winks at
outside,
you. He
casting
winks
a
at you,
spell.
Anna.
She's outside.
Oh yeah,
casting
that's
a
right.
spell.
That's
I
right.
don't think she's
in her
going
bubble.
to. I don't think she's going to want to draw a card.
Well, if you insist on 2 cards, I will draw another. Nox looks behind her out to the door.
Why do you always call out to me when I'm away?
Unless Anna...
Also, the spell would have been done long ago. It's
Sure.
a minute cast. I used the spell slot.
Yeah, true.
I'm just sitting in my bubble.
Yeah.
You can't see me, but I can see all of you.
And
Right,
can you
so
hear
I
that,
guess-
right? So
Yeah, he can hear us.
So
We
he
can't
was-
hear her, though.
he would still offer to you, and he'd be like, "Oh, Anna, you haven't drawn a card. Care to help your friend Ulf out here?" And he winks at you.
No matter what she says, we can't hear her.
Yeah.
I think, well, I don't know. I technically cannot leave the bubble.
It's true.
I don't know if that means that I cannot stick
you-
my head out and talk.
Can you
I'm
just
pretty
dismiss it?
sure if you leave, the bubble just disappears.
Yeah, you can just dismiss it. But I'm sure you might not want to. That's fair. Anyways, though, but he calls out. You don't have to answer. He'll kind of shrug if you don't. But
Anna will walk forward and, like, the bubble just pops when she walks out of it. Tell me, I don't know what the fuck you are, but can you be affected by that deck?
oh sure, it has a mind of its own.
Can that
I
deck
does not own
do the
by
same
me,
thing
per
to you as
se.
it did to her?
That's a good question.
So you don't know.
He shrugs.
If you want me to draw a card so bad, I will only if you do.
He's
Oh.
like, no, that's not part of the wager. 2 cards, and you have my earlier promise of knowledge about her and and safety of her body for safekeeping, and that's 1. And if you draw 2, then the bag goes with it.
Anna walks away.
You've seen very well, and this is not to anyone in particular, but it's like, you've all seen very well what the worst one is. There's no fate worse than that from these cards. I'll tell you that.
Well,
However,
if you want the bag that badly, I'll split the risk with you.
however,
If you're willing.
and he's like, it is possible that you could suffer the same fate as her. That's always the risk, isn't it?
My friend wants a bag. I'm going to get it for him.
What the fuck?
Okay. And the hold on. Oh, is it still showing for you guys? I shouldn't do that. Hold on. Wait.
I still see the star card.
Yeah, that's weird. Hold on.
I put the star card out on the map and I deleted it.
Alright, so he's like very well. Which one of you is first?
I am.
Alright. Hold on, let me actually you gotta do one thing. Give me a second. Alright. Well, actually, I don't know. Do you guys want to take a quick break here before we keep going?
No.
No,
Alright, you wanna
no.
keep going? Alright,
After the decks.
Alright, sounds good.
After these draws.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
draw. And he holds out fans it out to you.
Fuck!
Oh.
I'm done.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. And
Oh shit, where'd that go?
give me a second. Oh my. Okay, Ulf, you start to feel like the most painful sensation you ever felt, as your soul is ripped from your body, and you feel like you're flying through the void, and then a quick slam and nothingness. And if you want, I can also describe what you see on the other side in a second. But the rest of you all see Ulf's body fall down like Layna's.
I really wanted that bag.
So you hear
You're
that whisper.
sitting in the endless void.
Well, he's not in the void now. He's
So,
out of it, but
I
somewhere else.
squint and tilt my head to the side at Ulf's motionless body. Well, I guess he's breathing, but, basically lifeless body. And then say, you don't suppose his soul went to the same place as Layna's, do you?
He's like, well, let me tell you where Layna's is. That was the deal. He drew it. He won't be able to draw anymore, even if he wanted to. But
It's true, but we did have a bargain for that bag.
Oh yes. Well, first off, and I guess technically you already announced it, right? So, but he's like,
announce it.
yeah, but he's like,
And the card has already been drawn, so that's
Yeah.
one out of
Drawn
two.
it.
No, the other. Well, Ulf
Yeah.
drew a card.
Yeah.
But so right now though, he's like, very well. Do you give me a sec. He's like, do you yeah, he'll be like, very well, let me tell you all where, before you draw, let me tell you where Layna is located. Since and then the second draw, if that's okay with you, Nox.
Sure.
Layna, she is, her soul is now held in possession by Branozaud,
Who?
one of the demon lords of the underworld.
I'm sorry, what's the demon lord?
Oh, well, there's all types of nasty ones, but this one in particular.
Does that name actually remind me of anything?
Well, let me actually let's yeah, you guys can all make me either history or arcana checks.
I have advantage.
Yeah, you do have advantage. It's a fiend.
I got a 19.
Yeah. So Drake, Anna, do you wanna?
I'm
roll?
gone.
Oh yeah, that's right.
left.
You're away.
I left before he even fucking. grew
Yeah,
apart.
that's true. And does Nox want to roll?
No.
Okay. So Drake, you definitely know that Branazoud is maybe in like one of your training courses or something for being a blood hunter. You know that Branazoud is one of like the chief overlords of the underworld. In the underworld, there essentially are demons and devils that are always fighting each other. It's a bloody, like literally the whole landscape, the whole hellscape feeds off of death and destruction at all times. And these warlords are the ones that are the cause of this. They're spurring on these wars by going to war with each other at all times. There's no one supreme ruler because they're always killing whoever might claim to be the ruler of hell.
I will relay this information to Nox.
Beyond this, you know that he's a very large and
Interesting.
powerful demon in particular.
All right.
And he says, yes, this is Branazoud is a demon lord, and he has Layna's soul now.
Well, I suppose we'll have to find a way to get it back. From wherever this underworld is.
And now, your draw. Oh, let me
All
shuffle
right.
one more time out of character. Sorry.
Um,
I don't know if you're ready.
I turn to Alejandro. I
Oh,
say,
yeah.
my dear and faithful knight, if my soul gets sucked out, promise you'll get it back for me.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, your wish is my command.
Oh no. Anyway. See. It's a really small card.
Is it?
It's the key.
Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, this is like not a good fit for you. It's still good though. He's like,
I mean, it's a good pick for me if it's no matter what. It's a good pick for me, actually.
yeah. Hold on. Yeah, no, I mean it's not bad.
Because of my subclass.
Oh yeah, that's true. So let me look real quick.
I mean, I'll pick if you want.
Let me look. What is a normal weapon +1 in the or +2? What is the rarity of a weapon +1? Armor +1.
Uncommon.
Weapon. So okay, so rare would be +2 then at least. Okay. Tell you what weapon would you like?
Jesus, dude. I don't know, actually. Like with Melik, I had fucking looked at shit that I wanted.
Yep, it has to be one you're proficient with, but I'm assuming that's a lot. So
I'm proficient with martial weapons, so.
okay, yeah. So choose whichever one you want.
I'm not gonna go crazy with it. I'm not choosing
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
Vorpal sword, so
Oh yeah.
don't worry about that.
Well, a Vorpal
Get the
sword is
luck
very
blade.
rare, isn't it?
It's
yeah.
rare or rarer, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll let you choose any
rare
rare
or
one
rarer.
though. Otherwise, yeah.
Like I'm not choosing any legendary.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Yeah, I'm
that.
assuming artifact weapons and legendary weapons are off
Choose
the
black.
table.
Oh, I was actually yeah.
Oh my god, no.
Well, so
Yes,
I would say
just
I'll let
wield
you
my patron.
I'll let you choose any rare weapon, but if it's rarer than that, then I would choose. That's the deal I'll make. I'm not gonna let you
You would
choose
what?
any weapon.
In other words, if
Okay,
she
got it.
wants a rare weapon, you get to choose something that's cursed or sentient.
No, no.
Do you want to take a 5-minute break right now?
Yeah. This is actually a good place to take the break. Yeah, we'll just pause time and say time pauses, and we'll take a break.
And then
Here.
we can talk to Troy and Matt.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'm gonna mute the stream, so we'll be back in a few.